Hello. Here I am using the streaming software that we all pitched in to purchase today to stream both on Facebook and on YouTube, as well as Vimeo. So it's everywhere right now. I think in order to chat, though, you actually need to come on over to Vimeo, and I do believe that there's a link somewhere for that. I'm going to go to Facebook to see how this looks, and also to see if I can actually view the stream itself. So this is a test. I'm not really planning on doing very much today. Just wanted to make sure that this actually works. And so far it seems to be working. Apparently I'm live on Facebook right now. Hello, world. Hello, world. How cool is that? So I can see the comments on Facebook. Let me just check my YouTube channel. Unfortunately, the only thing with the streaming thing is that I can't see the chats all in one interface, which is kind of poopy. So I'll have to see if there's some kind of support for that somewhere. Just opening up YouTube right now. So that I can see what's what. I'm also using the slower internet in my new hold potentially inappropriate for thingies. Okay. Enable super chat. Awesome. Yeah, okay. Return to YouTube Studio. All right, so I'm just learning how to use all of this, you guys. That's the purpose of this stream today. I purchased the Vimeo Premium service today in order to ensure that my lives go, out there as far as they can, to reach as many people as possible while we're all doing our due diligence to flatten the curve. So my son Gigi works from home, which means that I'm currently on a less robust version of our internet, just in order that he can have the higher quality internet. I can definitely see that everything is working on Facebook. I don't yet know about YouTube. Just gonna see if I can switch my profile here. I'd like to get into my profile, YouTube Studio. There we go. Let's see. Like I said, the dashboard videos. Dismiss live. Here I am. Live now. Let me see if I can see the chat over here. More options. Where's the chat? Channel videos, details, more options. There it is. Now, can I see the chat? Oh. No volume, please. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. So apparently I'm on YouTube too. Look how awesome. Okay, so as of right now, I can just check back and forth between the streams. in order to catch your chats. I don't see any other way of checking in with all of you. There doesn't appear to be an option for that, but this is still pretty cool that I get to do a stream and it goes to Vimeo, YouTube, and my Facebook page. I do not believe that there is a way. Oh, look, watch together with friends or with a group. I think, is there a way for me to get this into the Wilderhood? Start. There is. Start. Look at that. Well, look, watch together with friends or with a group. I think, okay, let me just turn off my volume. Check it out. So there is now a watch party of this live over in the Wilderhood. So this is how we're going to do it when we do our live. So it's going to go out all over the place. You're going to find it on YouTube, on Vimeo, on my Facebook page, the FE Wild Artist page, and you're also going to find it in the Wilderhood as a watch party. So that's pretty exciting that I'm in all these places. It's a little weird too, if I'm being honest. I feel a little bit terrified. So I've got the chat going for YouTube. So if you're over there on YouTube, hi, I can see you. It's lovely to see you all. I'm not going to bother with the chat on Vimeo, if I'm being honest, because there are enough places right now where you can hang out. Most of us don't actually hang out on Vimeo. We are usually hanging out on YouTube or Facebook. So I'm going to pay attention to those chats. And if you're in the live on my Facebook page, my recommendation would be to come on over to the Wilderhood. And if someone would mind throwing a link in to the Wilderhood, if you're on my Facebook page, that would be fantastic. So it's been a very expensive couple of days. Thank you all so much for your help. I am just really moved. We've already raised almost $530 as of this moment. I just checked my email in the effort to upgrade to Vimeo Premiere. I have done that now, so I have this ability to just stream everywhere. So when I go live, I'm just going live everywhere, which is pretty amazing and awesome. I purchased a new camera, which is this one here, hi. And this one will allow me, oh, my milk went kind of funky. This one will actually allow me to, whoops, making a mess, pop the, I've got this glued to my Mac. Whoops, here we go. And this lets me do this. So we can talk face to face, and we can also do art together. Isn't that exciting? That's exciting. I'm so excited. All right, now that I figured out how to do the lives in the Wilderhood on Facebook, on my page, thank you very much, Tara. That's lovely of you to say. On YouTube, I feel like I'm going to reach as many people as I possibly can, and that's really fun for me. I'm really excited about that. Those of you who are in Moonshine, this is going up for you very shortly. This is our new moon lesson. I really wanted to be playful with this one, so that's what I did. And I didn't have a plan to actually art today. I just wanted to really get this going, get this moving, make this happen so that I could see how it works for chat and everything else. I wish there was an interface that allowed me to see all the chats at once, because right now I've got 3 screens up. Sylvia, it's called a Razer something. It has a ring light. and a microphone. It's also got like it's meant to be put on, like it's a webcam. It's meant to be put on your laptop or desktop screen, like up at the top. And then you can adjust it. So you can flip it up and flip it down. It's not as nice as being able to actually switch cameras, but I haven't found a way to do that at this point. I am getting unstable connection messages, so just guys, please be aware of that. Because I'm using the lower range of internet service in my house so that my son can have the higher range for work because he's actually working from home. Let me see here if I can switch. I think I can. Look at this. Watch this. Look what I did. That's amazing. That's amazing. All right. So now we know that I can flip from the desk facing camera to my face facing camera. I am so excited about this, guys. The camera, just for those of you who are asking about the camera, it's meant for gamers, but it works great for this. It's very popular amongst Twitch users, and it was, I think, $139 Canadian. So it's a little bit on the spendy side, but it does have like really great ring light. Like it's got a like built-in light right in the camera so that everything is nice and bright, whereas usually on my webcam, things aren't that bright. It's kind of dull and dulled down. So it looks like people are filing in. That's very exciting. It's very nice to see you all. I'm not going to bother with sharing the Vimeo. I'm much more interested in getting this out on Facebook and on YouTube. Sorry, trying to manage 3 screens and talk at the same time. Laura wants to know how I'm doing this. So this morning I put out a call to all of you in the Wilderhood. Here, let me give you my face. I like this camera because it makes me look like I'm not, deathwormed over. So I'll use this camera. Yesterday or this morning, I put out a call to the Wilderhood to help me out in raising the funds to upgrade Vimeo from Vimeo Business to Vimeo Premium, which allows me to live stream on multiple platforms at once. So right now, I am on Vimeo, YouTube, and Facebook all at the same time. And I have set my Facebook page up to do a watch party live inside the Wilderhood. So even though this is streaming to my Facebook page, you guys are able to join me live in the Wilderhood. If you are currently on YouTube and you would like to join me in the Wilderhood, because I'm live there as well, it's facebook.com/groups/Wilderhood. I will be prioritizing watching the chats in the Wilderhood because that's where I'm going to be doing my Monday Live Journal Jams for the duration of social distancing. So for those of you who are new to me, my name is Effie Wild. I am a journal artist, teacher, writer, magpie mystic, introvert, Libra rising with Capricorn moon, and the OG art witch. I am really excited to bring these lives to you at least once a week through the duration. I'm currently socially isolating because I'm high risk. I have pretty serious asthma and I smoke. My lungs are pretty much shot, but smoking is how I manage my anxiety. So you can have my cigarettes when you pry them from my cold dead hands, which is a thing that might actually happen. So I'm socially isolating, which means that I'm not seeing anybody right now. The only human being that I get to see is my son, Gigi. We share space, so he's working from home, and we're both isolating. And he has just been so supportive about this because I'm high risk. He is foregoing any kind of social. And he also takes all the deliveries for me so that I don't have to touch anything. And we're really taking very good care of each other. So I'm really, really happy about that. This social isolation can be hard on those of us who have depression, anxiety, PTSD, CPTSD. When we're already tired and worn down, and then you don't get the usual social that you're used to, it can just be very, very, very difficult. So I thought that this would be a really lovely way for all of us to hang out together. So I'll be doing these impromptu and also scheduled. So the scheduled one is every Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern, and that will take place in the Wilderhood. But because of the generosity of my coterie of wildlings, I was able to ensure that these lives are going out on Facebook, YouTube, and Vimeo as well. Thank you guys so much. It was really fun to watch. I had my calculator out, and I think it took us like 2 hours to get to just a little over $500. That's amazing. The upgrade cost me $597 something, and it looks like it works. So I'm very grateful that I was able to do that, because look, here we are, and I'm streaming all over the place, which is pretty amazing. Not a whole lot of people hanging out with me over on YouTube, which is fine. I'm not a YouTuber, so that's not surprising, but I will be streaming these to YouTube just in case there are those of you who don't like Facebook and you would prefer to catch me live on YouTube. I am here today just to test this out. It seems to be working. So I don't know. Do you guys want to do something? What should we do? Do you guys want to do like a quick lip up face Stabilo Oil Pencil? Do you guys want me to demo that? Because that could be really fun. I would love to show you guys how I do these portraits, since portraiture is one of the ways that I mirror myself in my art journal. And when you have like an easy, quick portrait that you can do at the drop of a hat, it really allows you to express yourself much more easily than you might otherwise. So I think we're going to do that. I think we'll just do a quick lip up face, and we'll see how that goes. How's everyone on YouTube going? Guys, I can see your messages, but it's not showing who's there. Like, it's not showing how many people are there. I've got both chats up though, so if you want to say hello over on YouTube, I'm watching YouTube. I see you. I see you there. I see all y'all there. Let me check. We've got a good connection. That's wonderful. This is really great. Like, so this service is $900 a year for the Vimeo Premium. And I've been considering getting it for quite some time because I thought it would be really fun, but lives have not really been in my wheelhouse for the last little while, just because I've been dealing with illness and moving and all sorts of stuff. But now that we're all socially isolating, it feels important to start living again. So it feels like a really good investment. Guys, thank you so much for helping me with this. I really, really appreciate you. You're wonderful. All right, so I'm going to flip the page down. I'm going to get some music going. Of course, I have to be very careful with music because that can prevent these from being saved. So I'm going to grab a Stabilo Oil Pencil. I've got my headphones in. I'm going to fire up Spotify. I should probably warn you guys that I will break into song. It's just something you're going to have to get used to. I will break into song. Your library. Let me see. What do we want to listen to here? Top songs. Yeah, that works for me. All right, so we are going to shift the camera down. Let's see what the preview looks like here. Got to come down a little more. Let's do this. Over. There we go. How's that? Pretty good? Maybe if I tell myself enough. Maybe if I do. All right, that looks pretty good. Just checking the YouTube chat, guys, because I think I have to actually scroll to see these. There we go. All right, not too many people over on YouTube. That's cool. All right, so those of you who are just joining, this is Effie Wild. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, Vimeo, and in the Wilderhood, and I am going to do a lip up face. So to start my lip up face, I'm going to use a Stabilo Alt Pencil. This is one of my favorite go-to tools. I absolutely love this tool. It makes me incredibly happy because it's so inky and delicious and wonderful. And then the lip up faces are one of my go-to ways of getting a portrait in my journal because they're so easy and you don't have to worry about the wonk. The wonk is just not going to happen because you're only adding one eye, which is amazing because it just makes your life so much easier. So the thing about Stabilo All is it works better on some paper than others. It does work on all paper, but the particular effect that I enjoy with the Stabilo All pencil is the way it goes really inky and runny. That's why I love it so much. So I like to use watercolor paper. This is my Book of Days, which I am filling with gorgeous spreads throughout the course of my year here. And I like to start somewhere around the bottom third of the page just to give myself enough space for really big hair because I'm really into really big hair. So these start with, let me see what kind of orientation I want. Let's turn our portrait toward the future. So it's like she's looking, like leaning into the future. So I'll do a little V like that, just like that. And then I'll do a little line under that and another line under that. And that is how you start your lip. Then I'll bring the wings of the lips down, and I really feel like this shape looks like an owl in flight. You guys see it? It's an owl in flight. And then I'll just bring this up a little bit. It doesn't need to come all the way up. And as I go, I have to pick up the page and look at it because I have a cataract in my left eye. So I'm actually blind in my left eye, which makes my depth perception and everything really super wonky. So I'll just go like that, make sure everything is fairly straight. Next step in the lip up face, I need my preview here so I can see what I'm doing. You guys can't even see that, so let's do this. There we go. I will need my keyboard at some point, but I can just put it over there for now. I'll put the chin kind of centered through the mouth. And then I really love doing these super elongated faces. So I will just take the dot where I put the chin and I'll go up and around and make it quite elongated. So we're not going for normal human proportions here. And then I'll bring the other one up. And again, one of the reasons that this is so effective for me is because of my level of eye wonk. So if you find that you have difficulty creating symmetrically, you might find this really helpful as well. It's really helpful to stop every few seconds and lift it up and look at it. And then up from the lip, we'll do a little upside down or a little U, like a really shallow U shape. And then little parentheses on either side to create the nose. Just like that. Are you with me? How's it going, guys? And then I'll take the line above the right nostril and I'll bring the line up like this. And then when I feel like I've got enough nose, remembering that this is meant to be really elongated, I will come in around. And that's a little bit awkward. So I'm actually going to make that a bit shorter than I might normally. Because we're right in a seam here. So there we've got our eye. So I'll just do a circle like that. And you could make that look that way or that way. It's up to you. And then I'll bring the upper lid just across that round eye to make it just a little bit sultry, a little bit sleepy. And I can keep adjusting because a lot of the stabilo is going to be removed as we go. So you can just keep adjusting it. Putting in the idea of a pupil. And then the eyebrow is actually going to be a little bit awkward because it's going to be coming into the other side of the page, but that's okay. So let's bring this face up. She's got a bit of a chipmunk cheek there, so I'm just going to go ahead and trim that out with the sketch. And then just to get a sense of where her hair would be, see, I'm taking my finger and putting it on the eye, and then putting my thumb on the chin, and then putting my thumb on the eye, and putting my pinky up here. This gives me a sense of where her head stops. So it's a good way to get like a really cool looking proportion. And then I will bring the hair right over the face. So we don't even need to think about that other eye. That other eye just doesn't exist. Now, obviously, if you're good at symmetry and you want to make two eyes, go for it. You don't have to do it this way at all. And I'm just going to bring the curve of the shoulder. This is my typical kind of pointy shoulder girl. You guys have seen these a million times because they're my favorite. And then I'm just going to sort of bring the neck in, down along here. It creates a little bit of a sense of movement when you curve things like that. So she's not just standing there like she's getting her passport photo taken. And then I like to bring the hair up. So sometimes I'll do it with the hair down, but I really like this look that I get when I do these really stylized, super curvy, curly hairdos on these girls. This makes me ridiculously happy. If you want to, you can bring some of that in. This will allow you to create some really nice, colorful blocking around her hair. It doesn't have to make sense. I mean, you don't have to be thinking about, is this an actual hairstyle? Doesn't matter. Oops, let's finish her garment over here. So once we have her and we're pretty happy with how she's looking, grab a round brush. Watercolor brushes work especially well for this because they're nice and soft. And then you want to activate it. Now this is really scary for some people. They find this stabilo all really intimidating and really scary because it does this thing where it just runs and bleeds and smears. But for me, that's the attraction. That's where the juice is for me, is all this random stuff that this pencil does. So I'm bringing that curve in her face right up. And then I'll just sort of sweep the stabilo out and away so that you get a gradient effect of that inky goodness. How are y'all doing? You good? Y'all good? So just play with it and let the ink do its thing. There is zero reason to stress about this because there's so much you can do with layering. Oh, look at, see the way it bleeds there? It just makes me want to like kiss it. I want to marry it and like have its babies. You know, get like a dog and a white picket fence with this pencil. Like, I think I could probably like happily be polyamorous with my coffee maker and my Stabilo all pencil for the rest of my life. Like really, who needs anything more, right? So just let it bleed, let it do its thing. This is the part where I would usually just sort of time lapse my lessons so that you guys can get on with your lives, but this is also fun. Don't be afraid to move your book around. It is going to send your water sort of flying, but that's okay because this is such a forgiving process. Wait till you see. Such a forgiving process. So basically, you're just touching the line with a really wet brush. You're not really trying to stroke it too much. You're just touching down on the line with a really wet brush and then just pulling it out, letting it do its thing. The way it feathers in some areas is just so beautiful. Now this line here is completely unnecessary. So I'm going to use a scrubbier brush to get rid of it so that I can actually scrub it right up out of the paper. This is Canson XL watercolor paper. It's 140-pound weight. And I make all of my journals out of this paper. So I just scrub that line out. Scrubbing that out as well. Wendy, do you mean the painting itself, love? Do you need me to do that for a minute so you can see what's going on? I think what I'm going to do here is sit my chair up quite high so that I can actually reach over. That's better. That way this is actually in focus. You guys can actually see it. Was that what you were looking for, Wendy? And then in the face, you know, you're going to be scared. And it's okay to be scared. I myself am not fearless by any stretch of the imagination. You're going to be all like, oh my God, doom. And that's okay. It's totally fine to be scared. I'm just going to clip this like this. Do I have another one somewhere? There we go. So you're going to be scared as you go in around the eyes and around the mouth. You're going to be like, oh my God, doom. What is even happening? That is so dark. It's okay, my loves. Just move it around. Let it do its thing. Trust the process. Stay really playful with it. If you have too much of the darkness, grab yourself a little bit of paper towel. Come in with some water wherever you want to lift it, and then wick it. See the way that wicked up? See that? Isn't that gorgeous? Just wick it up. I just use the corner. More water if you need to lift more. And just wick it up with an edge, just like that. Getting things moving around a little bit more. Going up in here and finishing the hair. Line is not needed there, so I'm just going to scrub that out. I'm really curious if I break into song and like not that this is likely to happen, but if Facebook recognizes it as like a song, are they gonna like shut down my video? It's actually preventing me from breaking into song. Swoop that around there like that. Let it do its thing. Y'all are quiet. I hope that means you're actually making art right now. Can we all see now why I wanted this upgrade? This is amazing. The quality is so good. Very impressed. Thank you, Vimeo. You rock my Pop-Tarts. Just keep it loose. Don't stress. No stressing allowed. Nice and loose. I've got a lot of shadow happening on this side of the face, which is actually really making me happy. I like all of that. Yeah, this is a Stabilo All pencil. Whoops. That was a lot of water. That's okay. One of the things that really works with these is really dramatic shading. I really like a good, grungy, dramatic amount of shading on these. Oh my God, it's Pink Floyd, guys. How am I not going to sing Pink Floyd? And whatever adjustments you need to make, you can make. Look, that's a lot of water, so I'm just going to whip that up. I was doing a little portrait yesterday in my Goog journal. It's a journal that Goog Guarino made for me. May she rest in peace. And it was made with Stonehenge paper, and the Stonehenge paper does not like this particular technique very much. It starts to pill really quickly. It's just not as tough as the Canson XL. There are better papers out there. You can get Arches, which is super expensive, fine art quality, watercolor paper. Lots of water there, so I'm just going to pick that up. Here. Look at her. Is she not just the sweetest thing? I like a neutral brow in these girls. You can go sad or angry or whatever you like, but I kind of like a neutral brow. Yes, Charity, that's a really good point. Inktense pencils are really fantastic for this because they dry waterproof. You don't have to use fixative. I find the Inktense, though, are a little bit more spendy. I like to make sure that I'm finding like the most frugal supplies I possibly can. But then that is also a little bit offset with the workable fixative, which is a little bit spendy as well. I've also been experimenting with working with these portraits without fixing the Stabilo All and just letting the Stabilo be a part of the painting. And that's really been working for me. The thing with that is that you must make sure it's dry. You must absolutely make sure it's dry. You'll still get the Stabilo moving around and doing stuff. But if it's dry, it's really sunk in and stained the paper. So you won't lose anything. But you may get some oopses, which, you know, as you well know, if you're a mixed media artist, can be quite beautiful. Just gonna pick up this little bit down here. See how forgiving that is? Don't like it? Just pick it up, smush it around. My neck is pretty skinny, but I think I can live with it since it's just a demo. Look at her. Oh my goodness. One of the nice things about filming this way too is that I can actually see it in a monitor in front of me, which gives me the opportunity to paint without constantly lifting it up to make sure I don't have any wonk going on. So I'm just going to quickly give this a hit of heat. I want to make sure the Stabilo is completely dry so that it's really sunk into the paper. So while I'm drawing, if you guys have questions or comments, go right ahead. Kara, I think Charity was talking about the Derwent Inktense. It sure will, Kate. Kate wants to know if this will be rewatchable later, and the answer is yes. You know what? I think I'm going to do Galaxy hair. How does that sound? Don't tell me to shut up when you know you talk too much. Also, for parents in my stream, could I just issue the standard warning? I'm a swear bear, so unless you're okay with your kids hearing the occasional F-bomb, I will limit myself to the standard F, S, H. There will be no mofos or see you next Tuesdays issuing forth from my mouth during these streams. All right, I feel like that's good enough. Yeah, that's good enough. All right, now. All right. That's pretty dry. It's really important to dry your watercolors. And the reason for that is that if you don't dry your Stabilo, then when you start adding watercolors, your Stabilo is going to bleed into your watercolors, which is just not the effect we're going for here. So I'm going to pull out these metallics. I think I want to use the richer colors. And I'm also going to pull out some JDMM watercolors. I freaking love these. I almost F-bombed there. I freaking love these. I am not an affiliate. I buy them. I run out and I buy them. I don't get them for free. I love them. I absolutely love them. They are, you know, there's not much in that sort of product line that is like in my wheelhouse, but these watercolors are just gorgeous. I love them so much. So the JDMM Brights, and I also have the neutrals. And then these Art Philosophy metallic watercolors are just brilliant and gorgeous. So I'm going to stick to a blue, pinkish purple kind of idea for this. Just because I want my galaxy to have some sort of cohesion. I don't want to like throw the entire universe at it, even though I'm making the universe. I'm spraying the page so I can do wet into wet. If I end up with things kind of going awry, it's okay. Like awry is fine. We don't mind a little awriness. If you have QORs, you might want to pull those out because they bleed and do wonderful, beautiful things. Now, watercolors dry lighter than they go on, so there's always the possibility that you will not get the sort of value you want in your first pass with your watercolors. That's totally fine. Watercolors can be layered up. We're probably going to be layering these up just so that we get like really vibrant stuff going on here. If you don't want to risk spraying your paper, which it is risky, because if you spray the paper and then you get some of the water into the face, you may end up having to clean up in your face. Right now, the way the page is, it's not sinking into the face, which is nice. But if you do want to avoid that and you don't want to spray your page, then you can do wet into wet like this. Put some down, wet brush, and put it in the water. And then put some clean water down, or as clean as you can get it, and put your paint in the water and let it do its thing. So there's a couple of different ways to do wet into wet. I'm not loving the way that this metallic watercolor is actually looking. I usually use these colors on black gesso because of how beautifully that works. A trick I learned from Ray Creates, or Rachel Kentish, who, if you don't know, you really want to know her. She's doing some beautiful mindful watercolors on her YouTube channel. And mindful watercolors are just so like meditative and lovely. You can see here I have not fixed this page at all. I'm going right over the Stabilo. I think what might work is if I bring the metallics over top of the regular paints so that the mica just sort of does its thing in the regular watercolors. This is Salem's contribution to the painting. There is never not dog hair in my paintings, guys. So I just pulled that up with a bit of paper towel. I'm going to go over this a little bit, layer that up, get some really nice value happening there. Same with here. What do I want to do here? I think I want to come up here like this. Some people get really freaked out about, especially working this wet, about paint seeping into the seams. You can wick that out like this. So just use the corner of your paper towel and it will wick it right out. I don't really worry too much about it, if I'm being honest. If it bleeds, I mean, that's just a prompt for the next time I come to the page. on. Is it just Kimmy? Little chat thingy is right in front. There we go. All right. How you guys doing over there on YouTube? I'm getting people in Facebook are saying that it's paused. Can you hear me but not see me? I'm just hanging in there until this says good connection. So, hey Gigi, can you check if you're on 5G or 2? I'm on 2, so if you could stay off 2, that would be great. All right. So you can hear me, but you can't see me. Is that what you're saying? Like, yeah, I can see that. Okay. Well, I can serenade you for a little while. Yeah, we've got a bit of an unstable connection here, guys. I'm just waiting for that to clear up. It paused, yeah. I'm just going to send a message over on YouTube as well so people know. Oh, yay. All right, Mika. See you soon. So folks on YouTube, people are coming on over to Facebook. Because they can still hear me over there. I'm just going to type in my / am I Effie Wild on that page? No. Effie Wild Artist, I think, is that page. I think that's the right one. Yeah. Yeah, I believe that's where I'm at. All right, you guys can come on over there. And then if you're in the Wilderhood, there's a watch party. Is it working yet? Is it working yet? Yeah, I still have an unstable connection, but we can hear each other. So for the time being, yeah, I don't think the video is moving just yet. We're going to need to just give it a little while and let it catch up. Yeah, video stuck. All right. Yeah. Oh, let's just imagine you can see me. I'm just going to keep on layering up the metallic watercolors. So I'm adding some blue right now. And then I'm going to add some of this pink, this bright pink from the JDMM set. And let that sort of settle in while I move into another area. You know, it should come back soon. I'm hoping. It could be because it's lunch hour here, right? Like it's 12:17. Everybody and their dog is logging onto the internet to check their email. So it could just be tech savvy. So what you can't see is that I'm going over the areas that have kind of dried a little bit with the metallics and layering those up, and that's actually working really nicely. So the areas that are dry or dryish are getting another layer of the metallics. And then in some areas where I just want more value, I'm going in with the bright pink from Jane Davenport's collection, and that bright blue as well. I'm just going to keep talking you through it, my loves, until we get our stream back. I think it's just a lunchtime thing. Thank you, Charity. Dance me to your beauty with a burning violin. Just putting more pink down. I believe we're going to come back. I do. So that's why I'm not ending this stream. Just the fact that we have sound. Means that I think it's just sorting itself out right now. I think what I'll try and do here is just switch the camera and see if maybe the lesser camera is going to do a better job right now. Let's see here. And it's me. No, it looks like we're kind of stuck here. I wonder if there's a way for me to pause. No, I can only like start the event and then end the event. I don't seem to have a way to pause. All right, well, we're doing our best, like I'm sitting here painting and talking to you, so that's the best I can do right now is just talk through it. And I'm continuing to do the Kai, you're adorable. Kai is listening to me in both places. So there's like an audio lag. So she's hearing me repeat everything twice. So I'm still just layering up, guys. I'm still just layering up. And then what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to start a new stream in about, what do you guys say we, you guys act like I'm famous. It's really weird. I need you to know that. It's really weird. Charity, I think I'm going to continue. So I think what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to just finish filling in the hair with the metallic watercolors and the JDMM watercolors, just really building up the layers until it's got a saturation that's making me happy. And then I'm going to wander away for a while and I'm going to let it dry. Let it really sink into the paper and do its thing. And then I'm going to try again after the lunch hour. So what if we gave ourselves a break until you guys need to stop it right now or you're going to freak me out and then I'm going to have a panic attack. My people, I love you so much. But that's enough of that, all right? Famazing. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take Famazing. I like Famazing. Like you guys know I purposely keep my network really small, right? Like that's just the way it is. I just don't want it to be so massive that I don't know the people in it. I mean, I guess if that happened, that's what happens, but all right. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to let this dry, let it settle, let it do its thing. And then I'm going to come back. So I'm going to end the live for now, and then I'm going to come back. Let's say 1:30, guys. Give us an hour for everyone to do their email checks over Tech Savvy, which I'm pretty sure is what's going on. And I will be back. Just watch this space. Whatever space you're in, just watch this space. Yeah, Linda, I think that's what's going on is everyone's panicking, and so everyone's on the internet, which is interfering with our good time. So I'll be back at around 1:30, my loves. Let's take a lunch break and